Hello and welcome. Let's begin with our virtual housekeeping. Mute your mic when you're not speaking. Please have your video turned on at all times. If you want to be anonymous and keep your video off, you're more than welcome to do so. Please use your headset if possible, especially if you're in a crowded and noisy area. To ask a question, use raise hand button. Usually you will find this button on your Zoom control bar. Alternatively, you can use the chat box and ask your question as well. For high resolution of this video stream on Zoom, use the switch to share content button on top left of your screen. With the experience that we had with Zoom, the legibility of text presented in the presentation is much clearer on a screen size of 12 inch or above. So we will appreciate to use, if you use the 12 inch or above screen size for a legible text which you would be able to read through. Hello and welcome to you all. My name is Vishal and this is our second session for the APMP enthusiast and APMP who wants to take a certification on the APMP Foundation, or for that matter any other certification. I believe I'm audible. It is I see all the bars here dancing, which means the sound is going through. People on Zoom, if you have any problem, look at your chat box. All the sound should be good. You all are welcome today, and without further ado, we will start our book club. So last time we discussed about we discussed as in this is our session number 2. We discussed that what would be the requirement, or what is APMP, because when we were doing the survey and we were trying to form this book club for the APMP cohort, we were looking for feedback, and apparently there was very few, especially in this region, who knew about the APMP, that is Association for Proposal Management Professionals. It is not limited only to the bid professionals. It spreads its wing into bid professional, marketing people, then graphic designers too. So that's the tagline. And last time we also studied about, or for the matter, digged into the history of APMP, how it came into being. Again, some good practices of bidding. Somebody sat down and he started writing those standards, and it eventually graduated into more or less like a best practice book, which is now called APMP Book of Knowledge. Like any standards institute, APMP also has their own book of knowledge, and that is what we are going to study. Though it gives you a bend of mind of of studying a book which gives you a logical thought process of doing business. So though I cannot say it's as good as your MBA, but I would say it's as good as to give you a practical knowledge of how you do a business, how do you quantify for a business. It will not give you all those calculations. In MBA there are many calculations perhaps, and the financial sheets and all are there, but it gives you an overview. It's like an overview of overall how you need to do your bids, and as a marketing professional, how you need to as well do your proposal, and of course strategize so that your company's strategy or your company's or goals are aligned to what is the market out there, and what you can win. So during the course of our discussion, we would be looking at we saw that these are the 7 knowledge areas in the book of knowledge: understanding business development, focus on the customer, lead your team, and then manage your processes. When you come to bid, use tools and systems, create deliverables, and train your staff. Which is, train your staff is the place wherein continuous development goes into. It's a continuous development cycle. So that's what we are doing. I keep looking away from the screen. It's because we have this stream going live on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and of course we have our colleagues joining in and the on Zoom as well. So just want to make sure that if there is a comment coming through, I'm reading through those comments, or any observations coming through, I'm reading through those. So this is what the whole thing is about, and we will start with our first knowledge area, which is your introduction to business development life cycle. So what do you think when it comes to business development? You want to, even if your company is already established, okay, what do you think would have come to the mind of people who just started the business, or who was establishing the business? That is the point I want you to think about. Start thinking from that point onwards, and you will know what is the business development cycle. Maybe the company that you are working at the moment at, or the company that you have already established, would be any of these in any one of these stages of the business development life cycle, and that's what we're going to study. So let's eyeball a bit the introduction. So in the introduction, we talk about the phases of business development life cycle. Your market identification, you will identify as a company or as an organization what all you can offer to the client, okay? Or in other words, if you're a solutions company, what all you can what all solutions, or what are the hot buttons. We will see these meanings as well. Hot buttons, these are some terms that will keep coming now and then in the whole discussion that we will have, and you will see those definitions in a couple of seconds. So what problem of your customer you are solving? Is it a statutory problem that you're solving? Is it a problem that is an internal, perhaps they have an internal process which they want to make sure they want to create an organizational habit per se. So softwares are being used at great length these days to create organization habits. Now I'm putting it a very polite way when I say organization habits. For example, you want to have a software wherein you want to capture some information from the field. For example, you're sending out your technicians out there to fix your let's say air conditioning and all, and you want to get the information from your technician and get him into a habit of capturing all the information, like what time did he reach, what work he did over there, what component did he fix. So though these are requirement, but if you want to have a corporate habit or an organization habit wherein you can have the your staff think in alignment of the organization goal, you start to develop softwares, you start putting these software out there, and you try to get those information back. Now that's one of the place wherein your organization can provide a software to these people aligning to their requirement. Now if your software, or for that matter your solution, is aligning to the client requirement, and it's actually taking off their it's taking care of their hot buttons, we'll see that definition. I keep saying that word time and again. We'll see that definition today, and you will be into a favored position. Okay, we'll come to that point also, favored position as well, in a couple of seconds. So you have market identification, then you do accounting, planning, and positioning. You can, because you have done your accounting, you know the size of the the business that you can have from the market. Then you Do you find out the opportunity assessment, that is identification and qualification, where you might not have some qualifications per se to do some processes. Maybe somebody is asking you to develop a software for you in SAP, but you don't have a SAP developer with you. So just saying, I'm just giving you examples left, right, and center. Opportunity or capture planning. So you will find out what all opportunities you have, and you will also capture these opportunities. Okay. Proposal planning. How will you do your proposal? So you did all the homework. You specified your product or your solution with the client. You understood the client problem. Now you need to specify it so that he can release you a bid. Okay, if it's a government organization for that matter, or if it's a private entity as well, they would be actually sending you a formal inquiry as well. So that's the opportunity or capture planning. Then proposal planning, then proposal development, how you will develop it, negotiation and post submittal activity. Okay, now you have submitted it, and then last is delivery and ongoing ongoing customer relationships. That's very important, ongoing customer relationship. So we will see these phases, and we will see the application of it in diverse environment. What are the recent trends, common pitfalls and misconceptions, what you should do, what you should not do in these phases, and at the end we will finish up with the summary. Just remember, we have 30 minutes per week. That's the intention at the moment. We are trying to study bit by bit, small step, baby steps, and learn large. So when it comes to, now let's say you look at the picture on the left hand side. Now what do you think these guys are doing? Anybody out there on LinkedIn or Zoom or Facebook? What do you think it is out there? What do you think they are thinking? Just think of something and say they are thinking this. These are new chaps who just, the company name is ACME, ACME, and they are setting up a business in New Delhi. That's the first office of theirs in New Delhi. This is the first India office in New Delhi. What do you think these guys are thinking? They have not done any surveys before. Their management said, go and set up an office over there. So what do you think they are doing? On a lighter note, two of them are drinking tea, one is drinking coffee. And one has 85%, other one has on their screen showing discussion outline, and there are some bullet points that we cannot see. And notebooks are open all around, scattered away, and these are a group of people. There's one guy who is leading the discussion, who's at the head of the table. So that's what is happening over here. Now he is in thinking mode at the moment. He does not know what to do. He does not know. He's asking his colleagues. We are set up the office in Delhi. What should be done? So what is this phase in the business development life cycle? This is your unknown position. Okay, so you can see on the right hand side how they are changing from your unknown position, which is very early in the business development life cycle, and it's not only for a company who is establishing new. It's a company who might also be looking for, who is established already, let's say in one domain. I see there are insurance people out there in the Zoom chat, Zoom at the moment. So let's say they are doing insurance for factories, let's say sugarcane factories, but they have never ventured into the business of let's say computer industry, so IT industry. So they might want to venture into IT industry, wherein the depreciation period of usually the PC is nearly 4 to 5 years, and they want to bring up a product, an insurance product, wherein they want to make sure that these depreciation amount that is kept aside, the companies pays them, and as a premium, and they can give them money after 5 years. Just saying, I'm just making stories here, so I don't know if there's a product out there or not, but they want to take this depreciation amount, given to them a percentage of the depreciation amount to them as a premium, and they can replace their PCs after 5 years. Usually your PCs, development PCs, which you use for software and for even for your organization, would not last more than 4 to 5 years. If you want to give the employees better computers, that's what it is. So they would be bringing up this new product. So if they want to bring this new product, as of today, they are in unknown position. They don't know. They want to position themselves. They will see. Let's think about it. They will see what people would be thinking about, how can I increase my business? How can I come across to the business? And they will try to position themselves after doing some surveys. So the people on the left-hand side on the screen, on the top view, they had done some work, and today they are in a known position. So they are known around there a bit. Okay, and that is what APMP says. Known position is using their brand, marketing messaging, and early sales strategies. Company developed known position in relation to potential customers. So they have done the legwork. They have gone out there and they're starting telling customers, sir, we also have this product, the ACME ACME company. They are telling that we also have this product and we want to sell it to you. Okay, now people start latching onto their solution. They find out that the solution is quite good. Okay, and the insurance package that they're selling, it's quite good. So with the effective relationship building strategies and selling skill, they will advance the company into an improved position with the potential customers. Okay, now the customer know them, now they latched on to them, the customer has latched on to them, they are meeting their requirement one way or other. Okay, and now they will be discussing. Now they will be opening books to each other. How much you're going to charge me for this? How much you're going to charge me for this? And all those things. So now you want to change yourself into the favored position. Okay, which I will read out that in verbatim. In many market segments, organizations collaborate with customers to develop a business case. We will see that definition in a couple of minutes. What does business case means? Based on the customer needs, issues, and hot buttons. Very important definition. This collaboration builds trust and helps put companies into a favored position with customers. Okay, so we would be in favored position. So, which means you have build a repo. Not only repo is something that you build a trust with them, and then you build also. You're able to commercially also match them. Okay, so there are two things that are coming up, and most of the business out there which is being done is more or less at some extent an emotional decision. Now when I say that, just remember the last phone that you bought. Was it an emotional decision, or was it more on based off your money? Even if it was money, emotionally you made yourself, you manipulated yourself. Okay, and you justified to your own self that this phone is good enough for me because my budget is this much. So all the decisions, especially in the business transactions, more or less are emotional. Okay, you might wanna, anybody out there might wanna tag in on this one or give a feedback. I'm okay to go into discussion on that. So that's what's happening. Now we will see the definitions. We were looking at hot buttons. Okay, now hot buttons, it is I will read out in verbatim and see how it has been put out there. This is from the glossary of APMP book of knowledge terms that are used. So these are definitions and they have their own jurisdictions. So if you're bidding for, let's say, for commercial US government or US government or international, on the right mode side you can see the community of usage is also mentioned. So there these terms would be used. So if your clients as a software industry or services provider industry or any other kind of industry are there, and they will be using these terms to discuss with you. You have gone from a novice position to a known position. Yes, at least this organization or this bid team or this marketing team is actually talking our terms, the terms that we use. So you're aligning yourself to their requirement from there onwards. So hot buttons, let's see how it is distributed here. Okay, so hot buttons are on top is the term, if there is an acronym for it, and the definition or meaning of it. Okay, we will see there will be more than one definition for something. We will see that as well. And then the community of usage. So commercial industry also use over there. US government, if they have their tenders, they will also use hot buttons. Commercial, again, when it comes to business case, commercial, US government, and internationally to US. Now we need to also remember that APMP is an organization which is set up in US. So more or less the terms that are used here are for the GSA client, which is the GSA bids, which is called the US government bids. So and being human, we trade all the same way. Some places it's called tomato, some places it's called tomato. So it's all tomato or potato. So that's the only difference. But we need to start understanding the lingo. That's more important. So hot buttons are the singularly important issue or set of issues that are likely to drive decisions, usually associated with customer buying decisions. Okay. So these are important issues which customer wants to be addressed. No matter your software or your solution is bringing the moon, the moon soil onto the earth, doesn't matter. The customer does not want that. It's not going to help you. His hot button is that he wants the soil from Jupiter. So if you're not getting it from Jupiter, we are not aligning to the business case. Having said of business case, let's see what is the definition of business case. The term business case may be used to describe an internal document argument for bidding a particular opportunity and will typically focus on commercial aspect of the bid. The same term may also be applied to a proposal section that is aimed at giving the customer commercial justification for making the purchase. Okay. Now, in other words, this is like you going to your somebody going to their boss and saying, "Hey boss, I want a new PC." Okay, so he's putting up a business case to his boss, and he knows out of habit his boss, if you ask him two, he will give you one. So he asks for two PCs, and his boss says, "Okay, fine, I cannot give you two. Doesn't make any sense." So he will give him one. Okay, so that's your business case on a lighter note. Okay, so and I will read that again. The term business case may be used to describe an internal document. It's an internal document. It will never come out. When it comes out, it's usually a bid or a tender or an RFQ. A document argument for bidding a particular opportunity and will typically focus on the commercial aspect of the bid. The same term may also be applied to a proposal section that is aimed at giving the customer commercial justification for making the purchase. Okay? Any questions out there? Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. Yes, Pratish.
And this is Pratish here.
Yeah.
For me, if I am able to gauge what exactly the basic two terminologies are saying, hot buttons are the areas of critical areas that we want to fish in to the client. And the business case would be the client itself. Am I going in the right direction? For IT company, the IT company itself would be the business case, and hot buttons would be the critical selling products. Let's say liability insurance or cyber insurance would be the hot button for. Am I gauging on going in the right direction?
When you say the insurance, cybersecurity insurance, Now,
or specifically for IT people?
for IT people, yeah, it's it's an issue for them. IT security is an issue for them. It's a so hot button says set of issues, important issues or set of issues that are likely to drive decision. Now that is the problem. They don't have security. They are losing money because some hacker came into their system and they siphon their money. Okay, so that's one of their hot buttons, and and if you are able to give a solution to them, that would be your solution, that you're taking care of their hot buttons.
Yes.
Okay.
So that would be the hot buttons.
Yes.
As per my understanding.
Their problems in very simple terms. Their problems is the hot button. What problem the client is facing is the hot button, internal solution that they don't have. Okay. And business case, I was just reading that again. It says the term business case may be used to describe an internal documented argument for bidding a particular opportunity. Now this is two ways. Now the document is this definition is two ways. One is an internal argument for bidding a particular opportunity. Now this is for the bidder. If the bidder is trying to bid a new opportunity, okay, so that's an internal document. That would be a business case. Why you want to bid for this product or for this tender. That is one way. And on the same term is again used in the proposal section, okay, at giving the customer commercial justification for making the purchase. Okay, so customer is making a commercial justification to make a purchase. Make sense?
No, can you just repeat it? Hot buttons, I have clearly understood. This particular business case, I am not able to understand what exactly it means to say.
Okay, let's say you own an organization, okay, and in your organization today, you have developed a software, or for that matter, let's forget about software for a minute. Let's say you have a fire equipment, and this is a niche product, okay. But to get this niche product so that nobody else copies it, you want to get it patented, okay. Now, to best of my knowledge, you need money for patenting. That is, or if it is not there, for our story, or for our discussion's sake, let's say that yes, you need money, okay. So you put up a business case to your management to release that money. So that's your internal document. Okay.
Okay. So this amount which we want to extract from management itself. That is
internally.
Business case.
Yeah, internally.
Okay.
When you're doing it, when you do it internally, that's one case, and the other is when you are doing it in a proposal. When you have submitted a proposal, let's say to the client, now you will hire a consultant. Okay, a consultant would come up and say, "Hey sir, hello sir, I can do your this patent registration, okay, and I will give you a quotation." Or I will bid for your tender, and he bids, and in his tender he puts a business case, okay, giving you a justification for making this purchase from him, okay, that what value add he is giving. So this term works both ways. From the purchaser point of view, internally. For purchaser point of view, it is internally. From externally, when the who's going to sell it to you, for them they can also use it when they are bidding for your product, for your services. Okay. And the last one, that solution also has a different. We saw the solution also. It's the successful outcome of customers' problems on the customer terms. Now that's very important. Successful outcomes of the customer problems on the customer terms. So solution, what it sounds is what it is. So if you're giving the customer comes with your problem, or on hot buttons. He tells you his hot buttons. These are my problems. Okay, and then he comes up back to you and says, you come back to him and say, these are the solutions that I have.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
You're
It's
welcome.
been quite interesting.
Yeah. So I was saying that it's not as good as a MBA, but it will give you the practical knowledge.
To be very honest, actually, it actually is a fundamental. This particular I haven't gone through the initial video which you have actually crafted for basic awareness. But still, I feel so everyone can correlate. At the end, the story starts with business and ends with the numbers, and those fundamentals are clearly being correlated with this
Yeah.
particular current study. So thanks
Yeah.
for it.
You're welcome. I will share the LinkedIn stream as well, or our book club stream as well, wherein you can find all this. It's only a 30 minutes thing, not very long.
Yeah. Actually, I've been traveling a lot from last 21 days. I'm not within a base location. So I'm extremely sorry. I'm not able to actually even
I understand.
go
Okay.
through the whole.
Okay. No worries. No worries. For now, we come to the end of our session for today. If you like, we will have a quiz. We have 2 questions only because we didn't cover much as of now, and we have already covered what is there in the question as well. So we will quickly do the quiz.
Sorry to interrupt. So, sir,
Yes,
sorry
please.
to interrupt. Can you just brief out how the exam will be taken and what is the pattern of the same? Should we buy anything book or stuff so
No,
that we can learn?
You don't need to buy a book because
maybe say
once you get the APMP membership, the APMP book is available online.
Okay.
And you don't need to buy anything. I mean, you only have to have the the membership, and in the membership, once you log in, okay, you will be having an access to the APMP book of knowledge, that you can use for your initial certification. And I've been told that this certification is, if anybody is looking for in the bid and proposal industry, and you can see that we have most of them is for industries, for people joining from it is for the bid and proposals, bidding for the US government. So if your client or your organization is actually bidding for US government, I think these things would be giving you an edge over your colleagues. And it's one of the certifications that US governments, when they are outsourcing their bidding processes, and US companies, they look for these certifications. Okay, so give me just one moment. I'm setting up the quiz, and for people on on the Zoom, your chat box has the link. For people on LinkedIn, Facebook, or YouTube, they can use they can launch another browser and go joinmyquiz.com. Only 2 questions. We don't have much questions, so need not to worry about that. So once you launch it, you will get join my quiz. Okay, Joe is there. Not many questions, but I encourage you to join it. You key in the code. The moment you open up the browser, it will ask you enter a join code. You type in 434783 and we will begin our quiz once we have more people. Let's see if anybody else is joining. Okay, I think that's the maximum people we could have. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. I will start the quiz. Everybody, all the best to everybody. Okay, we have winners. Joe third, Pritesh first, and Didi second. Congratulations to you all. Now let's see the questions. There were 2 only, but I just want to check those questions with yourselves. So the first question is, Mrs. APMP are setting up, we discussed this, are setting up a new branch in New Delhi with no other branch in India. At what stage are they in business development life cycle? They have not done any market research yet. So they are actually in unknown position at the moment. Okay, that's what they have not done any market positioning. They have not even thought of it. They just want to come to Delhi and start setting up their office. Second scenario, Mrs. APMP, after setting up a new branch in New Delhi, are able to align their organization core strengths and solutions to customer needs. They today have more than 90% of their business from same customers. Now what is happening here? Now, because they are having 90% of their business from same customers, they are in a favored position. Okay, they have made their mark, and that's the reason the correct answer for this one is favored position. Okay, anybody wants to say otherwise? Because these are non-technical questions. These are non-technical questions. You can I work in fire industry. So in fire industry, you can look up the code and you can come up and say, hey, in the book, look at this code. This is what it means, and this is what the correct answer is. So to me, because the tipping point is that they have more than 90% of their business from the same customer. So they are in a known position. Okay. So that's the end of our quiz and of course the session today. You all have been an awesome audience. Pratisha, as always, thank you for joining today. You all stay safe. Up until next week, take care of yourself and look forward to study again. Thank you very much. Goodbye.